Ahmed, man, the golden balance, dude. Thank
What's
you
up, brother?
so
How
much
are
for.
you?
I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm doing well still. Same thing, man. Just hanging in there during COVID.
Yeah, yeah. So, I was always wondering, like, you have like really intricate looking food on TikTok. So, where were you before TikTok?
Well, I was just a college student. grew up in Flint, Michigan. I was born and raised here. Um, just went about my life. I went to high school in Flint, Michigan, and then I went to college in Flint as well. And then soon after that, I went to college at U of M Flint. I was studying business and everything. And then all of a sudden, I mean, I always had a passion for food. And then all of a sudden, I just had this like vision of like, I need to teach people how to cook, teach people my ways. And that kind of just got me onto YouTube. Once I got onto YouTube a year and a half ago, I had no clue how to edit with Adobe Premiere. Didn't work out. Just was finishing my degree, and then instantly TikTok came along 9 or 10 months ago now, and I just started turning the camera and be like, this is what I make when I don't feel like cooking, blah blah blah,
Yeah,
and now it's just turning into a thing.
that's it, man. That's similar with me. Like, I mean, I was a chef, but when all this COVID stuff happened, I just was like, I had a little bit more time on my hands, so I just like started making pizzas, just like filming me making pizzas, and then like before I
Hmm.
know it, like it just all happens like super fast. And I mean, you're huge on the app, and I'm really not trying to blow smoke, but like one of my favorite creators. Just your energy and the positivity. I love and like I've been doing some posts lately where I ask people like what's like who's their favorite food creator or whatever, and man, you seem to get tagged quite a bit, so it's pretty cool, huh?
Well, first of all, thank you so much. That actually like that means a lot. Like I still I'm just an average Joe. I'm just recording my progress through this journey, I guess. And when people like you say that, it just honestly, it's an honor. And when I get tagged in those accounts, it makes me feel happy to like see that, oh, I've actually impacted people. People like look forward to my videos, look forward to my recipes. Thousands of people have remade my food, and honestly, just like it makes me happy.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome, dude. And I feel the same way. I definitely kind of have. I've heard this term before. It's called like imposter syndrome, where
Okay.
you don't. It almost doesn't feel real, like the life you're living, and I feel that way all the time. Um,
Hmm.
like when people tag me and say like you're my favorite food creator, and I'm like, yeah, but what about all these other guys? Like, how can I be? It just doesn't feel real. Yeah. So what I was saying was like about being like this imposter syndrome. I don't know where I heard that term before, but it just feels like bizarre because I'm just a chef like, and I'm not a crazy chef. I'm not working in this like with Gordon Ramsay or anything. Um, but now it's just bizarre. It's just a bizarre
Dude,
feeling to say the least.
yesterday somebody on my Instagram commented. They said you're alongside binging with Babish, like as my favorite content food creator. And then I was like, I've been watching this binging for like 8 years. I've been subscribed for like so long, and like I've made his recipes. I've looked up to him, especially like his camera work, his angles, his quality overall vibe is such a like. And then just the fact that someone thought like they would pair me with them just made me like I was like, damn, I'm honored to be in the same conversation even.
That's what I'm saying, and that guy's amazing. Believe it or
Yeah.
not, he's from a town like very close to us, and I think he's
Okay.
in New York now, but I think he's originally from Rochester, New York. And I've reached out to him before. I've never heard back from him, but yeah, he's incredible. Like that guy would be probably like one of the top dudes if he jumped onto TikTok. You know what I mean? Because he's just got that feel. Like he's kind of got that like cook.
Adapt
Yeah,
any situation. Like he'll kill it anywhere.
I think he would. I mean, I think he'd be perfect for the app. So if you're watching this, Babish, jump on TikTok and you'll kill it, man.
No,
It's
hundred
just
percent. I
it's
agree.
yeah, and one of the things like I love, and we talk about so much with the other creators that come onto the show, is that it's a cool camaraderie. Like we never have any bad experiences with any other creators. Um, so many amazing creators are like wanting you to just succeed, which I think is awesome. And like
Hmm.
on Instagram, like I've said this before, but on Instagram, it feels like you got to fight for everybody that follows you. And where on TikTok, it's like people want to be supportive and want to follow you and want
Hmm.
to see your journey. So I think that's so cool.
Yeah, dude. I mean, for me, it's just like I look and I'm like, the TikTok is like a family. Like, I would be really sad if TikTok shut down just because, like, you could reply to comment. You see your friends on the top of the lit. Like, there's just something about TikTok that really, like, excites me, I guess, in the food community. And none of us, like, at the end of the day, we all have the same exact similarity and we have interest in food, just good food. No one gives a shit. Like, everyone literally just does them and supports others. And that's kind of why I love it. It's just because, like, all differences aside, we have the same interest, which is food, and it just brings everybody together in a just happy place.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I totally agree. The community there is like, it's like food focused. It's not
Mhm.
like there's nothing to do with politics or any of that crazy stuff. It's not
Mhm.
toxic. It's cool. And I like it too. I mean, when the whole like scare happened with like the shutdown and stuff, I was like, man, this is crazy because I was just kind of getting started at that point. And it was like it definitely scared the crap out of me, man.
Mhm.
But so I understand because you just feel like you could lose everything.
No, 100%. I mean, for me, it's just like when I look at it, it's just like attention is gonna go somewhere else. But I
Hmm.
just love how TikTok in general is just like I don't know. The format of it just is nice to me,
Oh, it's the
and the
best.
opportunity to get in front of people that you would have never got in front of, like on Instagram, just because the discoverability on TikTok is awesome, and that's kind of why I love it.
100%. And this is one of the things I was talking about with some other creator was like, it's so cool when you go and you see somebody that's like really interesting, and you
Hmm.
scroll through their page and you're like, this is a cool account. I'm gonna follow them, and you look and it
Uh,
says follow back. Like I don't know.
hmm.
It's just a very surreal, bizarre feeling because this is something I said to a cook named Matt who was on the show last week. Was like, I've been trying to be a content creator forever. Like as long as I've had Instagram when it was awful and there was blurry filters and stuff. Like I don't know. I'm pretty close to 30, so it's like I've been trying to do this forever. And now, like TikTok is like this amazing opportunity where it's a great app. It's just like all the things lined up. It's a great app. COVID, I mean, it's
Hmm.
crazy. So it's been a great year, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally agree, and I'm sure you've seen, during COVID, I guess the app got a little bit more congested in terms of content creators because everyone's sitting at home,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the food world. Everyone's cooking and trying new stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it also like helped a lot in terms of our content just in general. So that was kind of cool, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, at first, to be completely honest, like I grew up in a very competitive industry. Like the culinary industry is
Hmm.
cutthroat and stuff like that. And sometimes I have this nature to just want to be on the top. And like when I see a new food creator, like the Moody Foodie or Nick, I can't remember his name, but Nick Diavangio or something like that.
The Giovanni.
Di Giovanni, okay, super handsome dude, super amazing camera work, extremely talented. At first, I was like, man, this guy sucks. And then I was like, but no, but that's totally not the case. It's just like this, like this, like glooming thing in my brain that just tells me like you need to be better than him. That guy's incredible. He's super nice, super talented. But yeah, and on TikTok that I don't have that much, but you're right. There's been like this small amount of space, and now all these creators are getting into it. But no, I really wish that guy specifically, but everybody, success on the app. I'm just saying, like, from being competitive, growing up with sports, growing up with, in the kitchen, stuff like that.
Absolutely. No, so for me, the way I think about it it's kind of just kind of how I grew up as well, just in life and kind of what was instilled in me is, like first of all, I'm always happy with what I have,
Mm.
and second of all, and I know exactly what you mean. But like when I see someone like killing it like that, I'm impressed and I'm like drawn to them in a good way, just like how
Uh,
a follower would be drawn to them. I love Nick. Like I've talked to Nick a lot. I talk to him pretty occasionally. He's awesome, amazing guy. He's
100%.
so humble. He's so humble. And as you said, dude, bro, that guy's camera quality, holy shit, it's
I know.
crazy.
It's like he's like Jesus filmed it, or
Yeah, yeah,
or
no,
whoever, or whatever. It's like filmed with an
he's impressive.
eyeball. It's
Yeah,
incredible,
yeah.
and not only that, just is super super talented and handsome. He's like checks all the boxes. And I was just saying that out of like the most pity way. I don't really mean that. That guy's great.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah. No,
saying
I
like
know what you mean. I know you wanna be as good. You wanna compete with him.
yeah, I want to be in the hype house. You know what I'm saying? I want to McDonald's collab. You know what I mean?
No,
you know,
I know exactly what you mean. But for me, when I see that, it pushes me to, as you're saying, just to be better. But I also like appreciate other people's work, and I also try to like stay in my own lane, kind of thing. Like I just do my thing. And like now that I'm like looking, I'll be fully honest. Like I bought a camera. Before TikTok, I had a camera with YouTube, and
mm,
it never worked out. But when I bought the camera, it's just like I sucked at it. When I turned my phone, a lot of people love the phone over the camera for me. They
mm.
love it
I
because like my content, like let's be honest here, like I'm not a chef. I'm 23-year-old, college student, just graduated.
22.
My food's not bad, right?
No,
It's
it's good. It's
good.
very good. Stop it.
It's decent, solid food that a lot of people remake. But at the end of the day, like people like that, the personable part of like, okay, I'm an average Joe just like you, and this is what I do. Let me just teach you my tips and tricks.
Hmm.
And now I kind of want to get to people like I'm just learning these ways to make your life a lot easier because it's turned into my job.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how it is for me.
Well, it's funny you say that because this has kind of been this big thing in my life. Is that I s- I started and I wanted to be Gordon Ramsay, literally. It's like a huge person that I looked up to and watching TV chefs and like the best of the best, right? And then I went and worked for all these guys, like a lot of like some of the most amazing chefs in the country. I traveled all across the United States, and I'm not trying to sit here and brag. I'm telling you this because um I got to do all this amazing food, right? And it never set home with me. And I come home and I like make pizza or like fry some amazing like chicken wings, and it's like that's what I want. And I'm just happy like I've gotten to a point in my life where like I'm okay with that. And what I'm saying, like, when you give people like these like tips and tricks at home and you show people how to like improve their cooking in their kitchen,
Hmm.
that I think is amazing. How do you say quality content? Um,
Absolutely.
I mean, I think you should go in any direction that you want to go for you, but I think that's where you add so much value to the app because there's a lot
Absolutely.
of people who are brilliant, um, like almost like it's like art for them, like amazing setups
It's
and
sort of untouchable for the average Joe.
a
It's
lot
so
of
much
times,
has they've developed so much technique and skill, and they've got ingredients that not many people come across.
right?
Where it's like, okay, that's really interesting to watch, but am I really gonna do that? So that's kind of how I like took it. Is like, okay, I don't have to be that person. I don't want to because I don't even know how to do that stuff. I'll leave it. I'll leave it to the pros. But I'm trying to like I learned like when I watch your videos, when I watch a cook named Matt, when I watch Nick, all these people, Moody Foodie, incredible.
He's
I
great.
love
He's
his
one of my
videos.
favorites.
Like even when I watched Jessica making lunch for her kids, like, do
Yeah,
you see the creativity of these people? It's impressive.
yeah.
So I'm learning just like other people are learning, and then I'm always thinking of how to innovate, how to create new things, and I like to stay kind of versatile. Sushi one day and shawarma one day and this pizza one day or whatever it is. Just because that's what I'm craving. Like, dude, I just want
Yeah.
to eat like random stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I love when you bring the weight loss into it. Cuz I think it's relatable and everybody wants to lose weight. So, not everybody does. But everybody wants to lose weight. And some people need
Mm-hmm.
to, of course, but when you bring that in, I don't think you even realize how much um value you add to people's lives, man. And I think it's,
Appreciate you.
and I'm not sitting here just trying to blow smoke, man. I'm serious. Like sometimes people watch, like I see sometimes people comment like, I've spent like 4 hours on TikTok today, and like not even being a creator, having zero videos. So like that's like a big part of their lives, man. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of sometimes you don't look at it when you're just like, oh, I gotta make a video today. I gotta make a video tomorrow. But when you take a step back and you like think about it in that perspective, like, man, this guy like watches my videos every day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
Absolutely.
interesting to think about it like that. You
Absolutely.
know?
No, dude, like even I watch gamers when they game. I watch a lot of Fortnite. I love playing Fortnite, and just like these people, like when they don't stream for one day, everyone's like, "Where the hell are you?" Like I'm taking my lunch break and I always watch you play game, and
Yeah,
they're
I
like,
know,
"Where are
right?
you?"
Yeah.
So no, I totally get it, dude. And like that's kind of what keeps me going. And like I've posted a recipe on average. I posted a recipe a day for the last 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like try to miss a beat when it comes to that stuff. Just because I realized consistency is key, and I realized that again, I'm 100 out of 100 in terms of quality. So volume is there, and I'm trying to reach to as many people as possible and provide as much value, free value to every single person. And if they want to, buy my merch to support, that's cool. If you don't, thanks for the comment and the like.
Sure.
So
I,
yeah,
I think you undervalue yourself though. I mean, your channel's very, very good. You're a verified user. A lot of people would put you, I call it like the Mount Rushmore. I think
I
a lot of
appreciate
people
you.
would put you on the Mount Rushmore of food TikTok. So your quality's very, very good, man.
Thank you very
Um,
much, brother. I appreciate it.
have you ever heard of the Food Jedi?
I have not.
Okay, he's a professional chef
Okay.
as well as a creator, and his like work is like super incredible. And I'm always like, dude,
Ah,
what are you using, man? He's like, my iPhone. It's just that some people have the ability to,
vision.
yeah, exactly. It's just
Yep.
the way that they're. Okay, here's another one. Peter Pasta. Everybody knows him. He just uses his phone, and he's got a window next to his kitchen, and he's just like, it just kills it. And he just blew up. I mean, he gained like a couple 100,000 followers in like 2 3 days. It's just
That's
incredible.
awesome. No, I
Um,
know. I know Peter. He's dope.
yeah, exactly. He was on the podcast recently, and like just a great humble dude. Worked
Hmm.
hard as a pro chef, and then made it. Totally made it on the app. But um, yeah, it's interesting. I wouldn't say you have great quality work, man. I mean,
Appreciate you,
I
brother. I
don't.
really appreciate that.
Yeah, I know you're a humble dude, but like you can't. I don't want you to cut yourself short, man. You're
Nah,
you're
man.
you're
Thank you
killing
so
it.
much.
You're killing it.
Dude, I was on the phone with Nick yesterday. Actually, Nick,
Really?
and I was like, dude, I don't think you realize how sick you are. Like, he's like, yeah, dude. He told me that he's lied to people in public because he's like so shy from this whole thing. He's lied to people in public that he doesn't want to be known or whatever. He doesn't care. He's just so good at what he does.
Wow.
But that's kind of what I told him. The same thing. I was like, dude, you're sick. Like, embrace that shit.
Yeah, that guy's incredible. Like,
Hmm.
and that's what like I was talking about earlier, like the jealousy about him. Like, if he does watch this, I hope he doesn't get the wrong idea because that guy was just incredible, and I was like, okay, here comes this freaking snow plow, through TikTok, and he's just gonna crush it and move me out the way. So, but it's no, I don't really mean it like that. I just mean it like from a standpoint of like he's gonna check all the boxes to be one of the best creators on this app, and he knows
Hmm.
Gordon. He has that history with Gordon, and I mean the dude is just super incredible creator, and yeah, man, dude's going places.
Dude, I mean, like, when you ask me who are your favorite slash, who do you like on, like, there's everybody. Like, My Healthy Dish. Mai is amazing. She's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Feel Good Foodie, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many people out there, and I feel like everyone, no matter what, brings something to the table in a different way. Nishi Cooks, amazing. Newton, I don't know if you know Newt 120. He doesn't really like. He always says like, "I just cook for fun," but his voiceovers, dude, amazing.
Yeah, yeah. That's
So
it.
yeah, no man.
Everybody adds a different like. That's what's cool, and like I think there's a lot of food creators on the app. There's becoming a lot. Like
Hmm.
I'm meeting new ones all the time, and it's really cool. But there's so much nuance to it that people are kind of like staying in their own lane. Like me, like I do a lot of different stuff, but most of my profile is like pizza, and like I try to tell stories a little bit through the app and like have like a calming thing. Because when I first started the app, there was not a tremendous amount of creators, and everybody was very loud and attention grabbing, and I not in a great way, but I just didn't necessarily think that was me. And so I think yeah, you're right. Everybody has like their own kind of lane, and they know when how to stay in it, which is cool. You know.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, I mean, I dabble in stuff that I'm not necessarily good at, or I make different style videos, like ASMR. Like, I
Uh huh.
never knew in my life I would do a cutting video, but just growing up, I always cut a lot of stuff, and I don't have any technique, but I never learned professionally to do anything. But I learned how to cut stuff pretty quickly, so I think it's cool to look at. So sometimes I dabble in that. And as you said with the weight loss, the reason why I'm so passionate about weight loss is because I never thought about health in general,
Mm.
and I always played sports growing up in high school. and I swam and I played football and I played soccer. So I was always really active. I was always in decent shape. And then college hit, and just like college 15 was an understatement. I was eating like I was in high school, but I was moving like I was an old man. Like I wasn't moving at all.
I
And
know.
I gained 40 pounds in 1 year,
Yeah.
if not more. And I went about, like, I started learning about health and everything and calorie deficit. And when I was losing weight, I was eating good food. I just knew that, you have to watch certain, calories, like
Sure.
fats, for
Sure.
example. Like if I want to eat a fettuccine alfredo, I'll eat a lot of carbs, but I'll go light on the sauce. I'll go light on the cheese, or I'll do a low calorie, cheese, and then infuse it with a lot of spices, just so that it's still flavorful, for
Sure.
example, and eat a bunch of protein. So I never knew that weight loss was shitty. Like, and then I'm online and seeing all these people like eating chicken and rice and brown rice and broccoli. Kudos, like if you like that stuff, do you? But how are you eating that every day?
I know.
So I was like, I gotta teach these people. So that was kind of what kind of attracted me to social media. But I also didn't want to restrict myself to just an health page. Like you just saw how I did chicken tenders. Like
Yeah, I know. They
those were
look
not
great,
healthy.
man. They looked awesome though. No, and I didn't mean like, and I don't mean it like stay in your lane, like only do what you do every time. I just mean it
Hmm.
like, there's nobody that's like ripping anybody off. At least that I
Oh
see,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And
yeah,
everyone's just trying to make content. And
yeah, 100%.
this is what something I was going to ask you about. And you're 22, you said?
I'm 23.
23. My bad, my bad.
No, you good?
Um let me I this is interesting for me. So, I spend way too much time on the app. I spend way too much time looking at notifications, views.
Uh huh.
Um, how are you with that?
Okay, that's a really good question. Um, I learned very okay. Even to this day, give me a 2 million views and likes, or 100 million. Doesn't matter what the number is versus five. It just depends on my situation. So the way I see views and likes is I was delivering something that got higher views previously. Am I delivering something that no one wants to watch anymore? And that's why the views are low, or is there a different factor involved?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I measure like the likes on the video by, okay, I'm doing something right versus I'm doing something wrong, but it never in my life messed with my head like, why are my views low or high?
Mm,
Because I don't care. Like I really don't care. And like I understand there's a higher supply than demand now. A long time ago, there was a very high demand on TikTok and a very few suppliers, but
sure,
now
sure.
there's a bunch of foodies, there's a bunch of consumers,
Mm-hmm.
or suppliers. So now by default our views are going to go down. Does it mess with my head? Not at all. I really don't care. 100,000 views or 1 million views, that's cool. If I'm getting no more views anymore because my content is shitty, then that's like I have to change that up. That's when I start to change my act.
Well, it's interesting because I was asking more from like a mentality of like how do you have discipline to just like when to walk away from your phone. And but
Oh,
let me but
like
wait but
that.
no but you bring up a really interesting point because it's something that like the peaks and valleys of views is something I also struggle with. I don't have like depression or anything when I get like low views, but it's not like fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say like the only thing what you're saying is it's hard to say when your content is shitty compared to like when you just don't get views because there's really not necessarily a huge feedback pool. Like for instance, if you make a
That's true.
dish and your best friend eats it that you're really comfortable with,
It's like it's amazing.
they're gonna tell you it's amazing or it's not. And you'll
Mm-hmm.
know. It's not like making a dish when you put a TikTok up because you don't necessarily know if your views are just like logged in an algorithm and they didn't necessarily, you didn't post at the right time or whatever. Like there's a host of things that could have potentially went wrong. I don't think it just
Absolutely.
because I really don't think you're making shitty content at this point,
No,
So
what I was saying is if I started, let's say I completely changed my style, or I started like building bikes instead of cooking. Obviously, no one's gonna like your videos anymore because they followed you for the food, for example.
hmm
So that would kind of determine like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. That's what I meant by that.
Sure,
But
sure.
no, absolutely. So for me, when it comes to notifications, I mean, I feel like a lot of people kind of like live off of those notifications, and without them they can't live anymore. Not like that, but like they're like, oh, where are my likes? I need that, that dopamine rush or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I don't give a shit. Like
Yeah.
I really don't. I mean, I just try to put positivity out in the world. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. The videos I put sometimes 6-7 hours into get 100,000 views, and some videos I literally turn the camera and I put 3 seconds of thought and effort into, and they get like 1 million.
Yeah, it's
So
hard to
I
figure
just
out how
like,
that works sometimes.
yeah. So I just kind of like, I do try to study the algorithm and try to understand each platform that I'm posting on to maximize my reach, to maximize my growth, all that stuff. Because obviously it's our job. Like we care about that stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
And like, you look at what you're doing right and wrong, but I don't let it occupy my brain cells
Sure.
like that much.
Yeah, yeah.
Whether it's a phone ringing versus like my views high or low, it is what it is.
Yeah, I actually agree a lot with that. In terms of like my personal self, but I would say I just spend too much time with it. Like I read every comment. I can't reply to every comment, but I read every comment. When I first started out, comments that were like negative really bugged me, but now I have thick skin about it, and it's funny to me. A lot of times it's funny when people roast me, but that's what I meant. Like, it's hard to figure out how much time you really should allocate, because you're like, this is a job, and I have to allocate a bunch of time to this. But it's also like, I've been staring at my phone all day. So,
You're talking to the wrong person, bro. I've averaged, even in college, when I was in college and I had school and a job, there was weeks I averaged 14 hours a day. I swear to God.
Whoa.
I would
That's a lot.
average 8 hours on TikTok.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
I was, as you said, every single comment I would reply to. Every single video that I enjoyed that wasn't mine, I would comment on top.
Yeah, yeah.
Right when someone would post, I'll try to get top comment because that would increase engagement.
Yeah.
And I felt it as a job. I went from 4 hours or 8 hours of consumption to 4 hours of production and consumption, 4 hours, to now 6 hours of production to 2 hours of consumption.
Okay.
But I feel you.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because like I now don't spend a tremendous amount of time on like the For You page or on my following page, which is tough because I love the app. But it's like I have to like figure out, how to balance like this in my life. And I have a son and I'm married and I have a job and like, and I don't mean that by any means as like excuses, but it's like everything in life is the golden balance. No. But
I like what you did there.
yeah. But seriously, man, it's like it's a balancing act on how to try to figure all this out because like my visceral reaction if I look at my screen time is like, oh my God. Like, there's nature around me. My eyes are going to fall out. You know what I mean? Like, it's how I feel.
100%. For me, dude, it's so... I used to answer for months every single comment, every single DM on every single platform.
Wow.
Every single day. Every single day. And now it's literally impossible.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's
crazy.
literally impossible. So what I try to do is... Now I create my content, and now I'm trying to make content that also prevents all these questions that I could answer everybody at once.
Sure.
Kind of.
That's very smart.
Today or yesterday, I made the chicken, the what's it called? The Parmesan garlic or garlic Parmesan chicken tenders.
Yeah.
I knew the whole comment section was going to be, can you air fry them? I knew it. Like, it was like, for sure, I'm going to post it. I'm going to deep fry them. Everyone's going to ask me, can you air fry them? So I literally kept a batch that I did not fry. Today, I completely made the new recipe, provided all the details, all the information, put it on both of my platforms. So now I don't get DMs by 60 people asking me, can I air fry these? What do I do?
Right.
So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. But at the same time, like, there's every single person's a case. And I try my best to answer.
Yeah.
I at least read and, like, if someone's like, oh, I love your work, I'll like read it, favorite it, let them know that I appreciate that. But if someone asks a very, specific question, I'll answer that.
Yeah.
Or if they ask something that I can answer a lot of people, like about weight loss, I'll say, like, I'll make a video about it, hopefully in the near future. But it's so tough because honestly, I really care about these people. There's a reason why I'm on the app. I give a shit, right? And that's why I answer the comments.
It's funny you say
that's
that.
why.
Yeah, I try to do the same thing, but here, like, this is kind of what I did is like I turned my brain into like a pie chart. So anything that's like 50% straight down the middle, if it says first, second, third, if it says does he respond, does King reply, like stuff like that, like my kids are in the basement, all these bizarre stuff that like I hear like these weird comments and stuff like that, like anything that's just like bizarre or like trolly, I just immediately like I can't. There's only so much I have time to respond to. So if you say first, like cool, good for you. I hope you got first. But like I can't congratulate because I used to give people crowns and you know what I mean, like hit them with emojis, like you know what I mean. But yeah, anything that's like insightful that I think could add more value to the video, like and because that's the best part about TikTok is the comment section. I think. So
Absolutely.
anything
They'll make a break a video.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and sometimes when the video is bizarre or something, people go straight to the comments and they just like spend time on it, you know. And I've done that, you know. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I do is like turn my brain into like a pie chart of what I automatically can't respond to, and then like what I can respond to with a like, and then what I can respond to with a comment. And obviously, there's replying with videos, but that's
No, dude, I feel you. I try to like at least favorite it and respond, because like sometimes it like really makes people's day. Not the first or whatever, but like it does make them. It shows that you care, and I always remind people that like, dude, I'm just like you. I'm a freaking stupid human. I don't care if I have a million. Like, if your value of someone increases because they have more followers than someone else, and that's only why you value them more just as a person,
that's odd.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, that's odd.
You could have 0 followers with no profile picture. I will answer you just like I would answer someone with 10 million followers.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I go about
That's
life.
That's cool,
like,
man. That's amazing. Yeah, that's really cool you said that. There's some up and coming creators on the app that are amazing. Like these kids, they're called the Line Cooks. They're like,
I know them.
Yeah, they're so good, man. They're just like, and they just have fun on the app. And my other guy's name's Blues Food. Like they're kind of like,
know him too.
Yeah, they're so good, man. And they're just like pure, and they want to have fun on the app. There's so many people. I don't know if you obviously probably know like Chef Don Poppy. He's
of course,
great.
I love him.
And R.A. Monica, she's really cool too. Like there's so many amazing creators on the app. So it's cool, man. It's really super cool. But what do you think where do you think this goes from here for you, man? Because this is kind of where I think a lot of people think it's really interesting. Where, for me, I think it's the podcast. Like that's my goal and my hope is that like I can create a platform enough to where we have this podcast, and this is what we want to do. So what do you want to do, man?
So I think, again, I mentioned like I guess not the followers don't mean anything to me. It's the complete opposite. Every single follower means a lot to me.
Right.
But the number of followers or like being known or, having a high follower count is not what like my goal is. My goal, it sounds very cliche and like, oh yeah, look at this dude. But a lot of it is to like help people in need in general. Like I love like feeding people. So when I want to help someone in need, what I could do is provide them value by food. And obviously world hunger is still a problem. There's a lot of people in the city I live in called Flint, Michigan, that are on the streets that don't have food. So I want to start within, my family, then my community, then my city, then my state, and then go from there. So, I mean, obviously I want to succeed and, have all of this, in place so I could do that. And so I could do that consistently and do it with, love and compassion and everything. But I am interested eventually in opening up restaurants. I am interested in expanding into businesses and stuff. I don't know exactly what, or having maybe a spice line or cookingware line. But other than that, I think I see poor connection.
Yeah, sorry, we got
Oh, there we go.
We got the recording stopped for a second, but it's not a problem. We'll get you back up here. No problem. But
no problem.
I could. It's amazing that that you have like that passion for helping people. If there's anything we can do to help over at SupChef, let us know, because
appreciate you.
Flint, Michigan is probably a lot like Buffalo in ways, where kind of like this. I don't know. They call it like the Rust Belt. It's kind of like the very similar like Detroit and Cleveland and Buffalo and stuff like that, where these were
Mm-hmm.
like these amazing cities, metropolises at one time, and now it's like, they're kind of on the up and up, at least for Buffalo. But yeah, man, if there's anything that SupChef can do,
Appreciate
we
you.
could do like a, some type of, because Michigan's not too far from Buffalo. Maybe we could do some type of collaboration at some point and do some type of
100%.
charity event or something like that.
The this is my biggest problem. Like, I'll be like fully honest. Whenever I do something, whenever like I make an intention to do something good, towards somebody, I don't like to advertise it at all to anybody
Sure.
at
Yeah.
all. Like, it's tough because you want to raise awareness so you could, be a lot more influential and impactful because you want to raise money for these charities and
Yeah.
not just do it by yourself. But like, that's why it's tough. Like, oh, look at this guy. He's like, obviously that's not my intentions. I want to help people. Oh,
Yeah.
like, whenever someone donates, oh, it's a tax write-off, or they just want to look good or whatever,
Mm,
whatever. So that's why whenever I want to do something well, like I've seen people on the street when I'm walking to work in downtown Flint, and I've had lunch with them and just talked to them, and it meant the world to them giving them $10 instead. So like, that's what I love to do. Like, I don't know. So like, that's kind of why as of now, I'm trying to figure out, to have these systems in place to do well and do good, kind of like undertoned. I don't want it to be like, yeah, look what I do.
no, that's
I'm a
amazing,
good
dude.
person.
That's amazing. And I think it's so apparent right now in like our culture, like especially like younger people where like they'll do something for charity, but only, or they'll post about something, but it's only to get attention. And I think that's almost worse. I mean, I'm sure it's not almost, it's
Yeah.
worse, but it's like, there's famous TikToks where it's like POV of a homeless person, and there's like this like influencer like handing them like a bag of food with like a camera in their face. It is pretty ridiculous. So I mean, I'm glad you said that, and I certainly didn't mean to.
No,
Um,
no, I know exactly what you meant, dude. It's amazing
but
that
it's
you
a double
mentioned that.
it's a double edged sword because I get exactly what you mean because you want to be able to give more, and collaborating with other people would um you'd have more of an audience to pull from, right? But then
Mhm.
you're like putting it out there that you're collaborating for charity. I can understand your perspective, and you certainly don't want to be that person that's charitable for the wrong reasons. And
Absolutely,
I certainly don't think that you're that
absolutely.
person.
I appreciate you, but yeah, no, I mean, unfortunately, there was times in like on social media with trends of doing something good to somebody in need was a trend,
uh
and and like, this is the problem that I see kind of with like social media is, if there was a trend to like ridicule someone that's in need, the same people that were doing good would also do the harm if it was a trend that would have got them likes.
mm,
That's kind of why I find it kind of sad. Like, the person you're feeding, I'm not saying everybody that
I
has
know.
fed somebody or any of
I
that
know
stuff,
exactly what you're
but you know what
saying.
I mean? Like, the fact
No,
that you're doing this, if it was the complete opposite, where you were roasting the guy or making fun of him for being broke, was a trend and everyone praised it, people would still do it.
that's wrong, right?
So it is
Totally
what it
wrong.
is.
But it's funny that you say that. There's this account. I think it's called Influencers in the Wild. Okay?
Okay.
Everybody, every human being needs to follow this account. I'm not plugging them. I have no idea who they are. Um, but it really, really helped me um give a little perspective on life. Like
Hmm.
when you see a video of you're looking into the camera and you're doing a dance or something, right? It looks cool. But when somebody's filming you getting filmed doing this dance at Walmart, it
You
looks
look goofy.
ridiculous. And it's hilarious, but it gives you really good perspective of like kind of just to put your life in check a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
you would never do that if the camera was off. So why would you do it? You know what I mean? So it's a great account. I think everybody needs to follow that. So maybe they don't dance at Walmart. And if you want to dance at Walmart, then dance at Walmart. You know what I mean? But like if you don't,
Hmm.
then don't.
And for me, like, growing up in Flint, especially in high school, I met the funniest people in the world, and I wish I had a camera recording the just the pure humor that some people have. That I feel like it's a missed opportunity because a lot of these guys could just turn a camera and start talking and messing around and they'd kill it. So
Yeah,
if you're one of my boys and you know that you're funny, turn the camera and get on TikTok.
I know it, right? It's crazy, man. You got it, and that influence in the wild, like it's just like having a friend. Like, I mean, I grew up with like best friends that would like roast you if you did something that was like kind of like off or weird, you know. And it's
Hmm.
like, I at first like that's like a visceral thing. Like you don't want your friends to roast you, but actually looking back, like it's severely helped me. Like it puts me in check, like and gives me a balance and like so maybe I don't go to school with purple hair or whatever, you know what I mean? And if that's what you want to do, then you should do that. But I'm saying maybe your friends should say, "Hey, your purple hair, it doesn't look so great." Or maybe your friends should say, "You're purple, you nailed it." You know what I mean? But like be honest.
Hello.
You got me? I got you.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Okay. I don't know what happened. We cut out a little bit there, but yeah, I'm just saying like, you know, your friends giving you some shit is good. It's good for you. You know what I mean? And I don't know if we have that anymore.
Um, I've been so I say this actually in a very um I say this in a very good way, honestly. Growing up, my parents and my brother, specifically my brother, gave me a lot of shit when I would do anything stupid.
Yeah.
And I mean it. Like when I was a little kid, I would fake cry to get my brother in trouble, and then he'd beat the shit out of me. Like he'd beat my ass. Like it was he's a couple years older than me. I would start, crying and whining, and he'd be like, "Okay, if you want to actually cry, I'll make you cry." And like you just, I don't know. I
I
just feel
know.
like
I
sometimes
grew up
people are a little soft
No, I
nowadays.
grew up
But
with brothers and cousins and stuff like that too. And um, I think living your life without feeling like you're ever in check sometimes, like you know, like in chess, like the game chess, like feeling like you're not in check is dangerous. Like you grow
Mhm.
up to be, it's not right. It's just not right.
Yeah,
Something's off
I know exactly what you mean. I mean, that's why. I mean, if you want to relate it to food, like Hell's Kitchen is, you got Gordon keeping you in check.
all the
And
time.
he's gonna give you shit if you produce shit, and that's he doesn't mess around. So
100%.
it's the same thing in life. I totally agree with you, but like I'm very blessed to have a family, friend, and community structure to keep me in check.
Yeah.
And keep all of us in check,
Well,
just in
TikTok
general.
does that too, a little bit too.
Hmm.
Like here's something like I grew up my whole life thinking I was really funny, okay, and then I make all these food TikToks and people think like, and I know that I've like pretty good above average chefing abilities. Like me and 10 chefs, I'm probably in the top couple, um, and I'm confident with that. I'm not bragging, but um, I always thought it was really funny. Okay. So when I try to make like funny content, it I always just like it always fails, right? So I'm like I just like it's the same thing. Like I put myself in check. Like I'm standing there in a cold shower, like, man, my life's been a lot. It's
Uh,
I'm just kidding, but like seriously, it's just like
who was laughing at my jokes back then? Give me false hope.
I know, right? No, but seriously, man, it's just cool to have like that balance. You know what I mean? Not to keep saying her name, but I really think balance is super important. Where does that come from?
Absolutely.
What is the golden balance?
Good question. My last name is in Arabic is Alzahabi, which means the golden. So that was nice. And then,
That's a pretty
as I
cool
mentioned,
name.
yeah, no, it's tough to say, but it's pretty cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then the balance came from when I wanted to do social media, I was thinking of health, nutrition, lifestyle, and food.
Oh,
So it was kind of like merging all three, even though I focused on food, which was my biggest interest and my strong suit. That's kind of where the balance came in.
that's
And
cool.
I just think that, how I don't promote like eating rice and chicken and broccoli every day. And I
Hmm.
don't promote eating, unhealthy hot Cheetos every day. So
Yeah.
I like the balance. You're gonna be fine. Like my grandpa ate carbs and ate cheese and whatever. People, like, a lot of people think a lot of things are, unhealthy.
Uh huh.
But in retrospect, they're not necessarily unhealthy. And if you eat everything in moderation, you're fine. So that's kind of the balance. It's just
Sure.
everything's in moderation is good. Mostly everything in high or low amounts is not good. So
Right. Like me. Like I eat pizza every single day, and I need to stop. I need a
do
little
you, do you mix
balance
in
in my
your
life.
greens at least?
No, dude, my diet is horrendous. My sleep is horrendous. It's like
Well,
really bad,
my
dude.
sleep is horrendous too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm on a couple hours of sleep like consistently,
Yeah, I
and I
mean,
made a video about that.
I
Like I'm
saw,
so
man. I
tired because
saw.
I am tired.
I'm glad you did that actually, because I have a very similar thing where like I don't sleep well, and no, my diet isn't as bad as I would say, but yeah, I do eat greens and stuff, but I don't just eat ice cream and pizza all the time, but I want to.
Uh,
I want to. It's interesting part about being a chef is like it's not hard to be fat. You know what I mean? It's
Dude,
pretty easy actually.
you'll make a 5 course meal, but you will want to eat the bullshit.
A freaking Whopper or something. Like I
Yeah,
can't tell
like
you how many times I left the fast food. I mean, I was a chef of a fine dining restaurant in a super prestigious country club in Rochester, New York. Okay, and I
mhm.
left almost every night, and it was kind of a tough job for me. Probably wasn't ready for it, but anyway, dude, I was like so depressed and it was so challenging that I would just like not want to like go home and cook that I would stop at Wendy's literally every night.
Because it's easy. Yeah, no,
It's
I
easy, it's
totally
fast.
understand.
Yeah, it's crush it in 5 seconds, go home and sleep. It's like it's crazy, man. It's just wild.
And,
Like
and the problem with me is this is good and bad, but even now I'm like trying to exercise and be healthy and work out and stuff, and I'm 226 foot. So
it's big.
I'm
It's a
chowing
big
down
boy.
4,000 calories.
That's a big boy, dude.
I'm eating 4,000 calories, man. So like, even though I'm making them chicken tenders, I ate literally a pound. And 2 hours later, I'm hungry.
You're a big boy, dude.
I'm
So
a big boy, but I eat like one too, man. That's my problem. So like,
6 foot
I'm like
two
two
twenty.
recipes in, and yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Um, yeah, and this whole thing has been it's so cool because there's guys like you, and then there's super like there's all types of different creators on the app, and there's a new comedian today. I wish I could come up with her name, but I was like in tears laughing scrolling through her her feed. It's just like I love the app. I think it's an amazing home for me, and I'm glad that I decided to do this because I don't know. It's funny you said that about Nick because for me, I was legitimately embarrassed to say that I had a TikTok. That I don't go around telling people I'm on TikTok. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
people that I know like to bring up my TikTok, it's to be honest, it's a little uncomfortable. Because it's like it's odd, because like I've told this story 1,000 times, but I had this app when it was Musically, and it was bizarre. It was a bizarre app, and and when it first changed over to TikTok, it was still pretty odd.
hmm
So it was just like, I didn't know if I like wanted to be a part of it, but I was, so. But
hmm
it's been interesting, it's been a lot of fun.
No, 100%. I mean, I agree with you. So like, yeah, that's crazy. I'm sure the app has progressed. The app has progressed when I got on 10 months ago and started making content. Like the app has progressed significantly. And one thing I'll tell you, if you make a new account, that For You page will be the best thing in the world because
Oh, I saw your
it
new
doesn't know you.
account, man. I saw
Yeah.
that.
And the app doesn't know you yet. So now I'm gonna be honest to all my foodies, including myself. Whenever I see food on my new account, when I'm scrolling through, I say not interested. I'm gonna leave the
Really?
food. I'm gonna leave the food for the golden balance, and
There
then
you
for
go.
my personal page, I don't want to see the food anymore.
Yeah, I know,
So
and
yeah,
that's a
it's
lot of
funny.
things too, man. It's a lot of times too. Like all my For You pages is like 95% food. Besides a couple comedians, and like sometimes I'm
hmm
like, man, I love food. Don't get me wrong, man. It's been my whole life, but I like so many other things too, And there's some awesome fashion guys on there. Can't remember this one dude's name, but he's a great, he's just like a men's fashion dude. Um,
Is he verified with a lot of followers,
yeah, yeah, 100%.
dude? And then now he's doing where he dresses up as emojis.
No, not that guy, but that guy's great
Dude,
too.
that guy is sick. I love him.
Man, we gotta come up with these guys' names, but no, there's and one of my favorite creators of all time is the shy and awkward guy. Have you ever heard of him? Okay, so back when this app was like very new, he was he had a red hoodie, Under Armour red hoodie, and he would
Mhm.
eat like a McDonald's cheeseburger, be like, and he's like shy and awkward guy. That's his name, and that's for sure a great definition to him. And he'll eat like a cheeseburger, and like the whole time it's like awkward. It's like Pretty good. You know, it's just like, it's just so funny, man. He's just so many great creators on the app. He's actually a really big creator. He was on like Barstool Sports and all that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'll have to send you his link, but he's awesome. But there's so many amazing people, and I've met so many friends through this app, and it's been amazing, dude. It's been a blast.
And the problem is, it's literally during COVID. Like, imagine all the shit we could do after COVID.
I know.
It's like, dude, I'm coming to Buffalo. Make me a pizza, man. I'm there.
I know. Let's go. No, and that's another thing too. Is like, I've been trying to organize. Well, not right now, but at some point, there's so many creators, bizarrely, in Pennsylvania. So I'd like to get together with them, because Buffalo and Buffalo's really not that far from Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, maybe we could get you over there too, because you're probably not too far. But
no.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many creators in Pennsylvania, so I was like, let's just do like a central somewhere in PA like meetup, and we'll make a bunch of content. We'll just have fun, and we'll just get to like really know each other as people, because we all have friends on the app and now even off the app. So I mean, we can have so much fun.
Yeah, dude. No, dude, I can't wait till this stupid virus is over.
Yeah, 100%.
It's driving me nuts.
All right, Ahmad, man, I really appreciate your time, and it's been a blast.
It's a pleasure.
And we've never really had the pleasure of, and I never had the opportunity to really have like a long form conversation with you really off the app, and, just kind of exchanging just like what's up, what's going on and stuff. But, so it's been awesome to be able to like meet you. You're 22 years old. You're killing it.
Appreciate you.
We'll definitely link all your stuff up, and make sure that we're promoting you. So we want you to grow, and dude, I just just thank you for your time. And
it's been a pleasure, Alex. Appreciate you for having me, and giving me the opportunity. This is one of my first times being on the podcast, and honestly, it's a blast. It's just, you're a very chill, humble, cool guy, and I appreciate you.
Oh, thanks, dude. All right, well, we'll do this again sometime.
Absolutely,
soon.
I'm done.
All right,
man. All right, brother. We'll see each other sooner than later.
That's it. All right, we'll catch you later.
Have yourself a good day. Take it easy.
Bye, man.
Bye-bye.